I'm still a member of the largest civil servant union from the Netherlands Antilles. And what happened was that we also have been a board member for 8 years. And now I understand it's because of our own mistakes. So I take and put my hand in my own bosom. We say it's our own mistake because when we were active labor union members, we were fighting for our daily struggle, our daily economic benefits. And pension, you don't think about that. That is something for the future. And civil servants always thought that they were the best off. Now that I am a civil servant, retired for over 22 years, I can tell you that was a big mistake. So I can share that now with the younger generation. Good news that you all as youth workers, because we have a very hard time to reach the youth to understand that someday they will get gray. And when you get gray, things change. But a lot of youth have been telling us, but the situation already not good. A lot of youth unemployment, a lot of problems for the youth. And they live in families that also live in poverty. So as I was telling you, as co-coordinator of the anti-poverty platform, as seniors input in the platform, we have now the unions with us. And now they start to understand a little more. And that is where we also said it's not enough to have only the unions and the seniors association. We also need all the NGOs on the island. So the SUNFED, which is the St Marten United Federation of NGOs, since the 70s that it started, it was an entity that was brought up because of subsidies that came from the Netherlands to pacify the people with projects. Since then, this entity is in existence. And you all know what is an NGO, non-governmental organization. Please don't be too loud against government because then your subsidy is cut. So our experience is that the NGOs usually don't support us the way we want. Yes, they pretend to be there for us, but they're not there. Because at the end of the day, money talks. And then when money talks, principles walks. So I want to be very honest with you. People in need, people in poverty, they see all kinds of organizations and people coming to help. But who they're helping? Structurally, they don't help. Structurally, what they do, pacify you and keep you in the condition that you are. I have to tell you though, because that's also the condition of the subsidies that come. You have to send in your project proposal, and then the project proposal should fit, because if not, you don't get the money. And then the volunteers and the people that have to be paid don't get the money neither. So, because you all are volunteers, or maybe paid youth workers, I don't want to discourage you, but I want to incite in you a realization that worldwide, what is it that people have to do if you really want to be there with those that are in poverty? So, first thing that we say is look into the reality, get the figures, and feedback that with them, because a lot of them don't see the reality. They think that what they have now is better than back in the country, and so then they settle for less. A lot of immigrants we see recently here in the neighborhood itself, it happened, construction work going on, the locals demand more money because there is a boom, so they're paying them out. An immigrant comes, for instance, Venezuelan immigrants come in now, and then they accept everything because in that country the dollar, is worth a lot of money, can be sent home. So they accept lower wages, which is against the law, but there is no official control to put every contractor to do what they have to do. So this is how the survival mode is. You have to go for less. You go for less because you need the money.
And the business owner knows that.
Oh,
So
yes, of
always he will tell.
The business owners know that they run a risk.
Yeah.
If there is a control and they have not paid up in the social security system, they get fines, right? But they take that risk.
Of course.
They take that risk because they make so much money by actually not paying tax and keeping it all black. That, yeah, this is a very harsh situation. The immigrants themselves don't want to say nothing neither, because if they say that they are not getting enough, they are also being threatened that they will be set out of the country. Because this is part of the immigration policy. For you to get a friendly treatment in the island, you have to behave. So what you will see, and this is one of the challenges that we have as anti-poverty platform, that a lot of people, even though that they share with us all their pain and all their sorrow, they won't come out in the street to protest because they are afraid. If I'm being seen, I will be deported, because immigration is for a few times, it's for a few years, it's for a short period, and if I'm not following up and following through, they put me out. A lot of from the Caribbean, you cannot find them. They are there. The Taino people, the Arawak, you have descendants from them. But the colonizer came, occupied the land, and in this case, a lot of them came from Europe, the colonizers. Then they occupied the land and they said, this is mine now. And then everybody that was indigenous, they started to exterminate them, that's one, or they started to push them out. And then they started to bring in new people, immigrants. Some were forced immigrants, because if you look at the enslaved that they brought to work in the islands, especially in St Marten, you will see that most of the people in the island are descendants from African descent, enslaved descendants from people. Now you're going to tell all these people from the Caribbean that they're undocumented? When you transship them from there, they have no document. There was a number in the ship, and they survived, and then they still had to work without being paid. And now you come to tell them you're undocumented. So we have to start to reflect upon how we talk about the reality. I give you the latest example from the United States, because it's always touchy to talk about St. Marten like that. Mr. Trump from the United States.
No.
What did he say to the 4 ladies that had an immigrant background?
You're deported.
No, he said, go back to your country.
Oh yeah. Something so.
But why is he himself not going back to his German country?
Or his wife, because his wife is...
And the wife from Slovenia, no?
Yeah, his wife
Yes.
is from Slovenia. Yeah.
What I want to show you with this is that people talk. And a lot of times they talk in a discriminatory way. Unfriendly. Now, immigrants are always friendly. I can tell you that immigrants are always, they don't come with in their head, I'm going to do bad things because then I'm out. They come to do as much as possible, yeah, what is needed to do for them to earn a living, send money home for the family, support. That is how immigrants are.
Try to survive.
Now, the first thing that we say is look into the reality, get the figures, and feedback that with them, because a lot of them don't see the reality. They think that what they have now is better than back in the country, and so then they settle for less. A lot of immigrants we see recently here in the neighborhood itself, it happened, construction work going on, the locals demand more money because there is a boom, so they're playing them out. An immigrant comes, for instance, Venezuelan immigrants come in now, and then they accept everything because in that country the dollar, yeah, is worth a lot of money, can be sent home. So they accept lower wages, which is against the law, but there is no official control to put every contractor to do what they have to do. So this is how the survival mode is. You have to go for less. You go for less because you need the money.
And the business owner knows that.
Oh,
So
yes, of
always
course.
he will tell.
The business owners know that they run a risk.
Yeah.
If there is a control and they have not paid up in the social security system, they get fines, right? But they take that risk.
Of course.
They take that risk because they make so much money by actually not paying tax and keeping it all black. That yeah, this is a very harsh situation. The immigrant himself don't want to say nothing neither, because if they say that they are not getting enough, they are also being threatened that they will be set out of the country, because this is part of the immigration policy. For you to get a friendly treatment in the island, you have to behave. So what you will see, and this is one of the challenges that we have as anti-poverty platform, that a lot of people, even though that they share with us all their pain and all their sorrow, they won't come out in the street to protest because they are afraid. If I'm being seen, I will be deported, because immigration is for a few times, it's for a few years, it's for a short period, and if I'm not following up and following through, they put me out.